Hey everybody, how's it going? Octopus here, and welcome back to Yin Cross. So something sad happened. I recorded a video and it got corrupted. It was my metal spotlight on Donald and Daisy and my illustrated Donald. So what ended up happening was I went through the whole thing. I did my guild, I talked about traits, I did what I did, and when I went to go to the file, it didn't format properly. It didn't save, it just a blank file, and I can't do anything with it. So I'm gonna re-upload this, but it's gonna be a little bit different. You guys aren't gonna see me do my guild rolls, and you guys aren't gonna see my trait rolls, which is totally fine, but I can still tell you guys what's really good for these medals and show them off still. So I started off with Donald and Daisy, and my first guild, I put my two 4 dotted ones or two 3 dotted ones together, and I got 99%. I was so excited. So excited, and then I rolled a ground enemy defense negative 60%, and that actually made me really happy because I could use this medal for Coliseum now. Now I really wanted extra attack for this guy. Anybody who has this medal, guilted or non-guilted, should go for extra attack. If the only difference is people that have a guilted version, you guys have the option of making it a pure attack medal, so you can actually put attack boost 3 max and SP gauge 1 on there if you're having SP problems. If not, attack boost 4 and go into Coliseum. Now I really aim at Coliseum because if you guys can compete in Coliseum, you can complete anything else. Anything that can go high tier Coliseum will beat any part of the story 100%, no problem, or any event that comes out, especially the, what was it, Zexion event that just happened, the new Organization 13 medal. If you guys can compete in Coliseum, you guys can do events like that, no problem. But yeah, if it's not guilted, go for extra attack. If you can't get extra attack, go for negative 60 or 1000 strength. Even not guilted, guys. Remember, my Moana is a 3.20 multiplier, and it still does a lot of damage. And this guy by himself without guilt is 3.4. So don't go, oh, I didn't guilt this guy, so he's no good. He's actually really good, even for people that have other good attack medals. He's a buffer and he's a strong attacker. Now he's nothing crazy good. He'll do like 30,000 or 40,000 damage like my Moana does with attack boost 4, but that's still damage. That's 2 HP bars on one medal that also buffs your other medals, which could help certain players out really good. So don't worry that you didn't guilt it or you didn't trade it good. The medal by itself is still really good. But I got negative 60, so I'm excited for my Coliseum setup. I put 1,000 chips on there and a 1 magic mirror to make it 100%. And that's what happened to my Donald and Daisy. Again, anybody else, extra attack is what you want to aim for, or make this guy a pure attack medal like I have. I didn't roll an extra attack or I would have kept it. As for skills, if you do roll that extra attack, you have to put attack boost 3 max with SP gauge or an attack boost with SP gauge. 8 SP for a buffer is just insane. So it needs some form of SP. And since it has a good multiplier and it's guilted, even if it's not guilted, attack boost 3 max and SP gauge is still good. If it's not guilted, you can get away with SP gauge 1 if you really wanted to. That's actually probably the best recommendation because your attack boost 3 max is probably left best for a guilted medal. So that's Donald Daisy. And then I did my illustrated Donald, and remember, I only have 2 chances at traits and 1 chance at guilt. My guilt roll was so good. It was 145%. I threw down 5 magic mirrors, and I have 150% guilted illustrated Donald. And my traits, not extra attack, but I'm totally fine because I got negative 60 ground. So that means I have a really good ground setup, like upright magic, or sorry, just magic. I have a really good Coliseum magic setup now because of my illustrated Donald and my Donald Daisy. I can now compete against power enemies in Coliseum, and I'm totally fine with that. I really wanted extra attack on this, but you can't really choose what you get on this guy. So I'm fine that I didn't get extra attack as long as I got one of those negative 60s. I put that chips on there, and I got this guy 150%. These two do amazing damage without skills. As for illustrated Donald, no matter what, guys, attack boost 4. Attack boost 4 is the only way to go with them. APP is not good on here because these medals are single target, so you don't want to put any APPs on them. You guys can use them for Lux farming, but I don't cover Lux farming because it's straightforward. Boss raid damage, 40% for traits, and then Lux plus skills. It's straightforward Lux farming. Just get a really good trait for Lux farming and put Lux plus on it. Easy. So I stick to everything else, but this medal screams attack boost 4 with anything because it's at 2 SP, which is nothing, and it's single target. Plus, it does negative 2 down for itself. Lowers target's defense by 2 tiers for 1 turn. Meaning you can use this in any setup or itself as an attacking medal and like buff your Zigbar or something like that. Plus, I got the negative 60 now, so you just want pure raw damage. Attack boost 4, guys, is the best thing to go for here. So that's my 2 medals. You guys missed the rolls and my screaming and acting like a little girl, all excited, screaming out, oh my god, 145, oh my god, 99, oh my god, ground, negative 60. I was just so happy. But here you go, equipment Keyblade setups. Basically, I was talking about this in the last video, so I'm going to go over this again. But like I told you before, our previous buff medals were good basically just for buffing. You see that 1.6 multiplier, then you go for other ones. Like, let me just sort this out right here. Buff medals. Buff medals back then are basically buffers only. They do some good buffs, but they have low multipliers, as you guys can see. 1.67, and then it started changing when these guys came out. Even before these guys, there were buffers and attackers. But now we're also seeing that it's transitioning, because like any other medal that's in the pool system that is so-so is a low multiplier with a really good buff. But now we get really good buffers and huge multipliers, like that 7.2 multiplier with the buff medal. So you can make Keyblade setups that stand alone. Like right here, Divine Rose I think is absolutely beautiful for these 2 medals. Again, Donald Daisy can go anywhere that's a speed or magic setup, because they'll just buff by 2. It doesn't have to be on a proper Keyblade slot and upright magic. It can go anywhere. But stuff like this, I can buff, it buff itself, it does good damage, it debuffs the enemy, does amazing damage, and then also carries on its negative 2 for my 5th medal and my friend medal. Same thing with another Keyblade setup. Counterpoint. If you guys can look at this counterpoint, I don't have medals here like Cogsworth or Moana, because these medals take care of themselves. He buffs magic, he lowers the general defense, and he buffs magic as well. Plus Kyrie over here to restore SP, my times 6 buffer. My Keyblade setup is all attack medals and all buff medals. So these medals are absolutely amazing just by themselves. So Counterpoint, Divine Rose, even got Stroke of Midnight where you can put that Donald and Daisy and the illustrated Donald, because it has to be on a 4 slot to get that big multiplier, which is probably the best thing to do unless a 5th slot's like a huge difference of a multiplier. But like, let's say this is a 2.0 and the 5th slot's a 3.0, you can stick him on the 3.0 and he actually do more damage. But great positioning. These guys have some good Keyblade setups, which is absolutely amazing. You guys can put them anywhere. Illustrated Donald could be anywhere, just to lower general defense down by 2 tiers if you don't have another one that does that. It doesn't have to be upright magic again. It could be any slot just to help out your other medal. He can be a support medal. And same thing goes with Illustrated Donald. If you don't get good traits and you don't get good guilt, or you don't guilt them, doesn't mean the medal's useless. Their multipliers, or natural multipliers, are still really high. So I'm going to go for the test run here. I'm not going to put any skills in them because I'm still waiting for more avatar boards and more polls and stuff like that to get more skills. I'm waiting for avatar boards specifically and Coliseums. Once I get more skills, these Metal Spotlight videos will get better, because I'll show you non-guilted, guilted, and guilted with skills, and then chips, and show you the difference of doing all that and how much damage these medals actually can do. But for now, I'm just going to go into this behemoth fight here like I did before. And I'm going to use Divine Rose, because Divine Rose has the best, like this has a really good setup, but it's all around really good. But the Divine Rose has a 2.6 multiplier for that illustrated Donald, and I really want to show that off. So we're going to go to the behemoth fight. I'm going to show you that buff medal slash attack is super amazing. Like, the game's changing big time. So I could put something like Moana or my double cast Cogsworth here to really upgrade their attack, but I want to use like a realistic setup, because that's a lot of SP and it would never happen in a long-term fight. So I went with Kyrie here because she restores SP with raising PSM and lower the enemy's defense PSM. So here we go. This is without skills, 10,000 damage. I was shocked by that because it's a 1.90 multiplier, which is really low, and also no skill activated. But he has 13 hits. That's 130,000 damage without skills or good multiplier on the Keyblade slot, which I thought was insane. And then this guy, Illustrated Donald, no skills, great multiplier, 37,000. That's 296,000 damage by himself. And because all that happened, let's say my Zigbar was not super effective, it was like a Zaldin B, the Donald Daisy over here actually buffs your Illustrated Donald and the medal on the 5th slot of the Divine Rose, because it buffs speed and magic, so it works out perfectly. But Zigbar with Donald and Daisy can now attack any power enemy and any magic enemy because he changes into the certain color of what he's facing. So because Zigbar's facing a power, he is now a magic metal. So my Donald Daisy actually gave him a magic buff, and you can see with Illustrated Donald's -2 defense as well, so much damage. So these metals work out beautifully, and they do so much damage by themselves. Let's go into another one before this. I couldn't really, I should have restored some SP. I'm gonna go restore some SP just because I need to. Let's just go into, that's a little too tough. Well, not really tough, but I just want to go something simple. So the whole point is that, wow, that tutorial. What about that tutorial? The metal by themselves with the -60 and their self buffs is absolutely amazing because, am I gonna have enough here? Yeah, that's all I need to do. It's absolutely amazing because it basically says that you don't need to put all these little buff metals on there to actually take care of that metal's attack. They take care of themselves. These metals are turning out really good. Aladdin and Boo, Aladdin and Genie. A lot of metals in the pole system is a lot harder, but High score challenges gives you the chance to guilt these metals without spending a ton of jewels to pull for them. Well, you do have to pull for medals to compete in the high score challenge, but you guys know what I'm saying. If you can make top 1000, then you do get yourself a really good gilted medal. So I'm going to go into this quest here and just show off again. Let me just switch these two around so you can see that Donald and Daisy, you wouldn't put in this slot, but I just want to show that Donald and Daisy also does some amazing damage without any skills or anything else with it. Like, let's go attack this Pumpkin Soldier. I think Pumpkin Soldier's the enemy, and there's like a monkey in the starting here. Yeah, there's a monkey. Okay, so I'm gonna do my ×6 buff here, plus Kyrie's up and down buff and debuff, and then I'm gonna show off. See, if I use my Illustrated Donald here, it's gonna take it out. 100% this Illustrated Donald would just massacre this guy. Or not 100%, but pretty close to massacring this guy. Let's see if it doesn't kill him. Nope, it kills him. So, it wiped him out just by himself with no skills, just chips and perfect guilt. I want to do that again and check out the Donald and Daisy. You guys can see that these medals are amazing. I'm so happy I got -60 because they're going to help in Coliseum. I'm going to be able to fight power enemies now because of this setup, and I'm going to be able to fight, what do you call it, magic setups because of my Key Art 9 and Illustrated Halloween Town Sora. So I can't wait to show you guys my Coliseum video because it's going to be amazing. Just going to tap here, and here we go. No skills, just himself, 14,658 damage, guys. That is insane, and this is Proud Plus 460, which is really tough, but at the same time, it's not as tough as Coliseum, but good enough to show off these guys are doing amazing damage. So that's my recommendations. I'm sorry the video is a little bit different, but my other video got corrupted, and hopefully this one doesn't. I hope so because I'm running out of time. I got to go to work, and this is all I got time for. But I hope you guys enjoyed that. Let me know what you got in the comment section, what traits you got, if you got to guilted, what you're going to do with yours, because even not guilted or traded, these medals are still good utility medals just to have. And again, I will be showing my Coliseum run before it ends. Hopefully, if I don't, I'll at least show you what place I make. I'm aiming for top 100 now that I got all these really good traits and guilts on a lot of good medals. So I'm excited to show you guys that. Again, Illustrated Donald, extra attack. Both of these are extra attacks, but they can also be heavy hitters if you get -60, -60 of either one on them. So hopefully you guys got better luck than I did on that extra attack because I really wanted that over what I got. But I'm going to work with what I have because it's still really, really good. So as always, guys, thank you so much for watching. Keep on smiling, and I'll see you in the next one.